got Liam, Carmen, I believe, and other people. Beth, Heather, Jason, or Joey. Either Jason, I think, and then Joey was at the... oh, whatever. Same person role-playing. Everyone being forced to wear dresses. Of course. I think me included. Shane. Fuck Shane. Eric? Sonny, I believe. Don't remember. Can't remember. I think that was Placenta's character. This is when I was Sven. Sven Holm. Yep, still Sven Holm. Because now we're on Scalisti. That is Sharp. That is Sharp who's cut his head off. Tolga, actually. That is down in Cherno. Electro, actually. Still being Sven Holm. Went a month without getting too much RP. So annoying. Still on Scalisti, still Sven. That's Elusive's character, can't remember what he was called. This is a new character? I can't remember who that is. That's the event, the Pavlovo Plana Factory event. PvP/roleplay event. This is getting ready to go up there. This is after we won, I believe? Yes, after we won. Even though I was technically out of it, I believe. Still being Sven. This is the Derp Squad. Sir Pinkleton, Darkmoss, and Kiri, or Canicola. And me, of course. Super Derp Squad. Real PvP glory right here. The best. Not at all. Castle, when the fucking radioactive bug was happening. I don't know where this is. This is going from our home, which was up in No Name, which now has a name. So, No Name is not really what you should call it. This is Raven, I believe. First time I had O negative blood. The game trying to tell me something about using an SKS. First time I really got a good picture of the trees swaying in the wind. Prettiness. First roof zombie. Another O negative. Being up in Tizzy. This is Eric not learning how to hold a gun. Most beautiful sunset. More beautiful sunsets. Curtis burying Mr. Crow with me and Eric. Cornelius Crow. A character we never met, but Curtis met. Meeting the crazy doctor, or at least a doctor that got called crazy. With Liam and I can't remember who military dude there is. This is what Lionel looked like when I left, I believe. Oh no, this is to get my old screenshot, or avatar, actually. Finding the best parallel parking in the world. After a family reunion. This is just to see my settings after I reset something. If I remember correctly, I reinstalled the game. Teaching Charlie to be a man while everyone else watches. Tex, I believe, if that isn't Tex. Liam. Ice's character, I can't remember what he was called. And then Catherine? No, not Catherine. Carmen, or whatever else her name was. Or what name she gave us. This is living up in no name. Being around Preacher's place when he was Preacher. Crashing Preacher's car. Or our car. After having an angry discussion with, I think it was Ice's character, or Tex, walking off alone, while the rest of us follow, not wanting him to go on his own. Some screenshots of shrines around the place. Someone really hated by the world. I think that is still Sean? I think that's Cat Styles' character, not Sean. What was it called back then? It was Logan and... what's his face? I can't remember. Shit. Well, it's Cat Style. Another bus. Beautiful forest textures. The twins. These two people don't even fucking know each other, I believe. And you got twins. Last time I saw Charlie alive, and Kat is sitting right next to him. Seeing Kat and Tex. When we lived down by Preacher, I believe. In Boar. That is crashing Preacher's car, actually. Finding berry bushes, because we looked for the blue. And Logan was yelling at us, because... yeah. Three Musketeers after them being separated from us for so long. Don't know why I took this picture. Looks good. Oh shit, I remember this. I remember this! When Lionel and Tex ran off for a bit. And their first little relaxation time after so long when you were strumming with your guitar. Or played guitar for your microphone, one of the two. And after the tent limit was only 3 tents per. Oh, this is while playing Keegan, I believe. This was Halloween. Playing Keegan Blackwood. It makes me miss the old days. Yup. Same. This is Keegan, I believe? I think this is Keegan. Yeah, this is Keegan. Or Sven. No, this is Keegan. Keegan Blackwood, I believe. He was a sort of, spooky. The old days are all the time. Yeah, they're always good, though. This is me finding a bugged out Mosin. I thought it was an actual thing. That is the most scariest thing you'll see ever. And I hate the fact that I have this going as my screensaver. Oh, this is playing Artemis. Can never remember which character DT was playing, but this is when we were playing Greek gods, or people who believed they were a reincarnation of Greek gods. You had Poseidon, can't remember her name. There was some weird obscure god that not many... Nemesis. And then you have Artemis. Is he still playing Daisy? Yep, she was on today. She might actually... On? No, no one's on yet, because I'm lazy watching screenshots. Well, being lazy, I'm just reminiscing about the good old days. And well, you got her safe somewhere. Yeah, I got her safe somewhere else, and she went to sleep. Hell yeah. That's good. Good old Aries. Good old Aries. Glad she's safe. Another roof zombie. I just need to download Daisy again. You do. And when you do, you need to get on PRP. Because Prophecy is a fucking great server. It is so good. The quality is so fantastic. You really need to check it out. It's such a good server. Definitely chuck it in a whitelist. It does not take, it doesn't eat food. You don't have to pay for its tuition or anything. It just kind of sits there. Definitely whitelist. If you one day want to check it out. You ask for a full name? They do, but you don't usually see it. It's never really used. If I remember correctly. Oh, what? Oh. I've never seen anyone's full name, and I'm an admin, so... It's only the owner who needs to know, and Sam is a good guy. This is playing Raven. You got Raven and Chloe. Sergeant Lindbergh, and I think that's it. And then they had 3 Stooges right here. Or 2 Stooges. No, 3 Stooges. Acting all weird. That is... Carmen? Maybe. Like my real name? You don't need it. It's up to you. I can't remember how they do it, and it's changed since last time I did it. So, I did it like the days before it started. It's changed. If they say your full name, then yeah, but you don't need it, I believe. Let me see here. What's your full name? Yep. How old are you? Yep. It's up to you. If not, there is a TeamSpeak link that you can join and then sit in the lobby and have a chat with people, I believe. So you can ask them if you need to. I obviously don't know because I don't deal with applications or whitelists. That is Lindbergh and Thomas, I believe. That is the weirdest gang of people you'll ever see. Dark, Ice at 10, and then you have Mad Tommy just looking all weird. I can never remember her name. I believe it's Beth. A character I really wish we listened to more back in the day. Because she disappeared one day, and I hate it. Chloe and Raven walking off. Chloe, Raven, and Thomas, or Potato. There'll be a lot of pictures of Chloe in the coming days. A Volga advert, or now Olga, I guess. Chloe, landscape, Thomas, actually. Chloe and Heather? No, Chloe and Beth? No, Chloe and... I can't remember what it was called. You must be over 18 or over. Yeah, but there are, what's it called? There are exceptions, if people can provide facts that they are good role players. And there have been a lot of good 16 and above role players out there. I can't remember her name, but I know who she is. That's when the Imperium showed up. This is living in Black Lake. Exploring. This was also... yeah, this is Raven as well. Raven. Raven, Raven, Raven. I can't remember who she played. And I feel so bad. That is... I can't remember his name either. A guy that tried to kill us, but then we relearned how to live with us. Got a coughing. I don't want to deafen you, so... Hello, Redcoat, as well. Hello. Playing Raven through the whole thing. Raven. That's... Chloe and... I can't remember her name, saying they was gonna get married. That's the dangerous FNX Pipsy can. This is actually a picture from Far Cry. I don't understand why it's here, but it looks very Daisy-ish. This is Raven, the last day I saw him. This is Shooting Raven. This is me spawning right next to where I shot myself. Because... luck. Like, I legit traveled far away from where we used to live. A long way. To have a place to then shoot myself so I, you know, I could do it and not be found. And then, boom. Is there /me? No, there's no text RP. No text at all. Only voice. If you're doing something, you could describe doing it or just say, okay, I'm just gonna go grab myself a smoker or whatever. There's no out of character text, so there's no text at all. And everything you say happens in character. Unless, of course, there's a family emergency, you could type it in chat and say, like, / technical issue or / family issue or something like that. Gotta go. But it's a hardcore roleplay server, so it's focused on roleplay all the time. No out of character. No third party stuff either. It's / not / out of character. Well, it's both, like, but there is no out of character anyways, other than if you say technical issue or family emergency. This is playing Leroy from my character from GTA. With Clint and everyone, really. Can't remember who the fuck that is. That's Clint? No, that's not even Clint. That I don't remember. Clint's funeral. Everyone on the server was apparently invited, and every fucking one came to Clint's funeral. Even though half of them didn't even fucking know, especially Crow over here. Like, half of them didn't even fucking know who he was. Still playing Leroy. That's Bennett's character, isn't it? Or not Bennett, that's Jimmy, I believe. That's Mia almost killing herself, and then Perry coming back. I think this is on another server. Yeah, this is on either Quarantine or RP Rangers, I believe. Wonderful scent of cow sheds. Yep. This is PvP character. This is also PvP. Looking really good. Oh no, that's either Quarantine or RP Rangers. If I remember correctly, because of the clothes. Don't remember what I'm doing here. Character died probably up there. Don't know. That's on RP Rangers. So I guess this is on RP Rangers too. That is a group of people I met as I was playing Lionel Quinn, a newspaper guy. That's when they had on that server they had text RP. Or text actions. It works a lot of the time, but then not everyone notices. So like if you write stuff like sticks tongue out, not everyone will see it, and then some will see it, and then it's gonna be weird. This is playing Joseph. That is Daryl, Thomas, and Jimmy. Up at Diego's place. That's Daryl. That's Daryl and Pete. Thomas McHogan. Pete. I believe that's Pete. This is the Pogorevka rave. With Spencer, Mr. Thomas, and me. That is Sam? I think that was Sam. He's got so many characters that I can't remember. This is when I was known as the Red Man. There was actually that over here too, because I was wearing red. Anyways. First building experience up at Green Mountain. When it was beautiful snow. That is when Spencer and Diego died. That is Diego's grave. That is Spencer's grave. And there is an actual grave there to this day. Dead Red Redemption, probably, yeah. This is telling Thomas. No, that's, yeah, no, or Darius, one of the two. This is when we moved down to, can't believe it's been that long. It feels like this shit was forever ago, but it has actually only been 2 months. That is Thomas falling like a swastika, because why not? That is meeting Pete, after we saw some red lights where he used to, like there was like red lights and he said we thought the barn was on fire. We checked it out, snuck up on it. I believe it's Bennett and Thomas and me. Yeah. Joseph being on a little scouting exercise. Checking out a school, I believe? Or maybe this was somewhere else, I don't know. Finding the cool base that Ice has modded in. And the plane, of course, making weird ass stuff. Bennett, Thomas, and Daryl. Sad those times, because now I can't join them. And, well, he's dead, so... This was the day Joseph died, I believe. Yep, the day Joseph died. What he looked like. R.I.P. Joseph. You will be remembered. This is the first day as Firefly. Actually, put on some music. I haven't played it in a couple of seconds. You don't delete your own memories, do you? I wish there was coffee in this game, so you could have like a... You can boil yourself some coffee and then have a drink of that in the morning. With a, like a storm kitchen. Can see. What's on the agenda today? Breakfast. Man, not have chosen a better spot. Oh yeah, the place is character. A lot. I'm liking it. Unless I have many or any unwanted visitors, I doubt I'll move. I like this place. Especially with the couple of walls I just put up. It looks... Well, I wish the walls looked more makeshift, but it looks like a little makeshift home. Windbreak slash privacy fence. Might put another one up behind here. Connected up to this tree. But I doubt it. Still adds free. I want the green one. Or a brown one, but I don't think that exists. Any clarification on base protection yet? Nope, not yet. I've at least heard that, or I haven't heard anyone complain about what I did, so, you know. But it is thievery, though. I didn't even steal anything, technically, so it's not even thievery, it's reconnaissance. If I'd stolen something, it had upgraded to, what's it called? It would have upgraded to thievery, and then if I'd stolen a lot, then it would be raiding, I feel. And I know there is, like, to each their own when it comes to a lot, but I think we all could say a lot is more than 4 things. And if those 4 things are guns, that is a lot. Now I need to wait. Yep, it'll take a bit. Really needs to be a hunter vest. Never joined a whitelist server. It is awesome. 100%. You 100% did nothing wrong, yeah. I never played on a non-white. Yet, I have. But... And that is only... RP Rangers, I believe. Only non-whitelist server I've ever played on. And of course, no, RP Rangers was whitelist, wasn't it? I can't even remember anymore. SOE, of course, I played on, but I am whitelisted on it, so technically... But yeah, no. If I'm gonna play on a non-whitelist server, it's gotta have a really good reputation, because I don't want to get, like, fucked over again. I've been fucked over too many times when it comes to roleplay. I kind of want to take this. Do I though? I don't have anywhere to put it. I don't. I do, but I don't, you know? I'll have too many guns by then. I might list it on SOE. Role play. Yeah. But it's not a whitelist only. Because those are very different from opener/public servers in so many ways. Because you actually have to show that you care to get into a whitelisted server. And then you have a risk of being unwhitelisted, of course. Whitelisting doesn't mean you're spared from judgment. It's rather you are more judged from what you do. Especially in regards to the rules. Look for anything other than messing about it, yeah. Might want that actually, but nope. Ah, I don't want that. I have a green one, but this one would probably be better. It fits because I have the pants of the same camo. I have to stay with it if you care. Yeah, you have to stay with it, but... You know. Well, I say but, yeah. I've been with Prophecy now for 2 years, maybe? 2.5 years? I think that's how old the server is, if not even older. I applied way before launch, and I got on the server the day after launch because I was a dum-dum and joined another server. Not even another DayZ server, it was a Life is Feudal roleplay server. Oh, hi there. God, I regret that so bad. It's not that the server was, like... Well, the server wasn't the best. It was, but... It was mostly the game as well. That game is too grindy for me. Is there a deal within reason for stealing? I'd go with 1 gun, 2 stacks of ammo, and then a few misc items, such as food, bandages, etc. More than that is taking the piss. Yeah. What? Really? You've all respawned? That is absolute BS. See ya, a good RP. Yep, see you around. I'd say if you have an actual RP reason. That's why this spot is no good to take over. Yep. Now the battle music comes on. Another one up here. But yeah, what I'd say is stealing. Yeah, that's 1 gun, or even better. Say if you have a shotgun, like if I had this shotgun and I was sick and tired of having the shotgun and I wanted something better, or I wanted something fully automatic, I'd go into a and I thought, you know what, fuck it, I will go into someone's base and see if they have something. I would say, yeah, if I then found that, oh, they have a fucking M4 with magazines, fuck yes. What I'll do is I'll exchange that for this shotgun. And then drop off the magazines or the ammo without the magazines. Or, well, the shotgun doesn't have a magazine. So I'll drop off the ammo and then take the magazines and ammo that I need. Maybe fill 1 to have in the gun and then 1 to have in the inventory. Then I'd call it quits for stealing. Unless I took some food or water while I was there. Then, yeah, I'd leave the gun and ammo. So they didn't really lose a gun or ammo. They lost the gun they wanted, or the gun they saved for someone else, and ammunition for it, but they got a gun in return. So nothing of value, or nothing majorly valuable was actually lost. And then I take some food, of course. Bandages, whatnot. I'd say that's good. I'd say anything above that is taking the piss. A car. I know people would want to take a car because it's right there. It's so easy to take, why not? But to me, and to many others, a car is an RP tool. It's a tool to roleplay. So I wouldn't want my tool to, but if I live far the fuck away from people, I don't want my tool to be taken from me to get roleplay. So I'd say cars are off limits, unless you steal them from the person themselves. Because then you're using that RP tool to roleplay. But some people would, yeah, some people steal cars. It's not an enclosed base, yeah. In a locked up base, I wouldn't take it the same. I feel as though if you have a couple of guns at your base, you should never return to find that they're both gone. Yeah. If I have... if I put this rifle up there and my MP5, at least one of them should go. Now granted, I did take the MP5 from that barrel and the magazines, but I dropped a gun and magazines with it. Which means I returned a gun, which is even frankly better, and the magazines for it, because I didn't need it anymore, so there's no reason for me to keep it. I don't know. I think the whole, because it's enclosed thing, that like blocks off half the people, like that blocks off me from having a protected place or my stuff protected, but then it's like it would technically not be. Oh, I can't open it because the game is stupid. Some you can open. Let's see. Oh yeah, this needs to go on the wall. If you have an M4 and an SVD in the tent... There you go. Lovely. One gone is fair enough. Both is taking the piss. Yes, there should be a benefit to having a fully enclosed base. I actually think so too. You're putting in the work to make a place more secure. So you should technically have a more... What's it called? I don't know, benefit. I just wish there were ways to have people jump over your wall and stuff like that, because if I had the ability to, I would make bases that had an inherent flaw every time, so people could sneak in, could come in, could steal from us when we were around or when we weren't around. You know? I'd want that, because it brings roleplay. Of course it isn't tactically or RP winning smart, but it's... It just gives good RP if someone has the ability to sneak into your home. Of course, a lot of people would abuse it. They would climb over the wall, take everything, and go. Hell, they'd even break a wall just because. Ugh. Haven't seen me in your home for the last 3 days, so I can sneak in there. Wow. I think cars in an enclosed base should be protected, but only one per base should be a... Yeah. Uh-huh. I think if I could park a car outside my house, without it either being dismantled or stolen, I would do that. If I could have parked the car outside on the pier in Cherno, if I could park one out there, which I kind of wanted, I wanted to build its own garage. That was more protection against weather than anything else. I'll do that. Or not even a garage, just kind of park it there, outside. But 99% sure it would either get stolen, or it would get stripped of all its parts, so it was useless to us. Hell, that happened when we had them inside our base anyway, so it don't fucking matter. But, yeah. If people could just have the RP etiquette, I guess, of not messing with everything, that would be good. Sometimes things should be left alone. Taking all the wheels, taking all the car parts, and basically making it a rust heap, it's not conductive to RP. Maybe taking all the parts off and then putting it in a barrel outside, yeah, that's fine. That's like minor sabotage, or taking the car parts and then immediately after, or at least as soon as you can after, sell it back to them. Or brag to them about it. Make a roleplay out of it instead of just doing it and then leaving it there. There's enough shit to go around unless people are necessarily hoarding. Well, yeah. Hoarding. The goddamn meme. That's up by the church. You know what? I want to fucking check on the church. But I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I wish there was that inherent, okay, I don't need anything today, so I'm not gonna steal anything. But now I know what is in here, so I can steal it another day. Like me. When I went into the church, I had a look around. I took the shotgun shells because that's what I need and that's it. When I went into Silas's base, I looked for shotgun shells. Or no, I didn't have a shotgun by then. But I looked for stuff I needed, didn't find any, and then left. Even when I checked out that castle and found it was impenetrable to a degree, I didn't go look for stuff. I didn't, you know, waste my time taking shit I don't need. Or break through the gates because fuck them. And their ideals of building. Although I'd actually need a pair of pliers for that, wouldn't I? I would. Can you break down a gate with a hatchet? Or do you need... Yes, you can. Oh god. Pick. Yes, you can. You just need to... You can crawl through it. I was disappointed that buried stuff can be so easily found. Yes. I don't like it, but I like it. It is honestly something I wouldn't have noticed if I hadn't looked down and seen the activation thing. Because I don't think about it much. I could probably have ran across one or two of them stashes. I hardly think about them. I don't know. I wish people stole at times where stealing was needed, not whenever they find a base. Because if I were to do that, I'd found a lot of bases in my time. Then all the bases would be completely empty. I was hoping that everybody would be able to have one weapon, ammo stacks, and food stash. That would be safe. That would be enough for me. I think it would cut down on hoarding to a great degree. I hope so. I honestly think, although I haven't seen the statistics, there might be a lot of stashes around that we can't see, which causes lag and messes up the CLE. I'm still annoyed, and it still boggles my mind why no one broke through this, and they broke through this, which the wall is pointing towards them, not away from them. Like, come on, dude. I don't know. Hello? Anyone okay in here? Where the hell is there a hole in your wall? Looks like some food has been eaten. Same radio backpack, just so the tent doesn't get stolen. Yep. Beer in a church. Okay then. With the way it is now, and I know why it is the way it is, I think. If Kami and Joby actually live here. Then technically now it could look abandoned, so someone could take it apart. I honestly wish people don't. Maybe it was dark. I don't know. The block still standing? Yeah, it definitely is, if I remember correctly. Of course no one's living down there, because now Lucas and Blake are up here. Unless the others have moved down, I don't know. None of them stream or post YouTube videos, so I don't fucking know. And it annoys me. Ah, that would fit so well. Oh well, not happening. Look at that, it fits so well. Oh well. Never gonna change out of this backpack. Really? You heard that? Good lord, priest. Some of them have supersonic hearing while others don't. But I know block is probably the walls are still standing, but the block itself is probably crumbling right now. With the only living members being Thomas, Daryl, and Aries? Yeah, no, it's crumbling. It's it's broken. Or until the white. Well, yeah, of course. I think the admins might need to start deleting structures, or else let people know that the structure, the base is up for grabs. Right now, for example, that church could make a good home, but you have no way of knowing if anybody still lives in there. Well, technically, it isn't up to us to say anything. Because people can do some reconnaissance and sit around, and then if it isn't or if there are no one, like, if they haven't seen anyone reliably when they have been on for months, they could check up with admins. That's one of the things. Or they could just move in and then deal with it when they come to it, when someone changes their shit, or stuff like that. That's at least how I feel it should be handled. That's how I've been doing it. I've been eyeing that church. Nothing happened. Like, internally or like, nothing happened. To the walls, to buildings, to tents, or for days. So I at some point assumed it was empty and, like, non-used, so I entered it. Had a look around, nothing had changed. Entered it again, nothing had changed. And then when I get there the next day, or a couple of days later, the gate, or the door is... or the wall is broken. And, oh, some action has happened there. Maybe I shouldn't move in. So, like, yeah, RL, you would know if nobody has been there recently. Yeah. You would do that here too. That's what I'm meaning, like, could talk to someone. Like, you know, ask an admin, hey, I've seen this base not being used. Is it open for grabs? And then we'd probably know who lives there. Either by knowing or asking around. And then it'd be like, it's not been used for a while. The people are still there. If you want to or the people might come around at some point. They are still alive. If you want to deal with that whenever you get there, then sure, move in. And then, if not, well, maybe not say that, but warn that the people might come back at some point, if they are alive. So you don't step on people's toes accidentally, yeah. I'd say, really, ask an admin. If they don't know, they'll figure it out for you. Or you could figure it out yourself. But then it would be meta, technically. Let's have a look at that base that got dismantled almost overnight. It'd suck to not be able to play for a week and then when you come back and find your base has been completely taken over. Yeah. Well then, hopefully you'll be able to... I don't know, there should be a system for it at least, like... Tell admins when you're unable to go on or be on the server for a week, and then ask if your home could be protected from raids, could be protected from takeovers, all that kind of stuff. And then we could help with that. Have a look at who's there every now and then. Pay attention to the server. And then tell us whenever you're getting back, and then you're good. You're back, and no one's taken over your home. But if you leave without telling, then honestly, it's kind of your fault. But yeah, there are things we need to set up for that to be... Yeah. Knowing which base are not protected would be great. Yep. Well, there could be like a little... that I think would be good for a room. Just say this base equals abandoned. an admin run page even, so players can say, hey, so I built this base, I've abandoned it, but it's still standing. Okay, yeah, we'll put it up on the list, you know, that kind of stuff. I don't know. I'll talk about this on the meeting that we'll be having soon, I believe. Of course, with the new update coming soon, hopefully, things might go to shit because of wipes and everything. So we'll see if things are good. But yeah, no. These are things that can be abused, but also don't have to be. And then, you know, once someone said, okay, I took that place, I live there now, then it could just be removed from the list, as if nothing happened. But I do want, in the future, for things to be everlasting. Since we are a server that has a continuous lore, a continuous timeline, I, at some point, hope we can, and I think it is, like, it is achievable, where if you build a camp, and it was a huge group that lived there that had a huge impact on the server, we could, by using the editing system, or whatever, the world edit system, make a base there, and then say someone lived there. Or, you know, just keep it there, or whatever. Make it a permanent fixture on the map. Because that is definitely possible. I'd even love for small bases to be around, as if there was someone living there. But it wasn't any people, it was just there. Half built, crumbled to pieces, but still there. With gaps in the walls, piles of wood everywhere. Well, that would be more difficult, but also easy. I don't know, in the future, hopefully I'll learn something useful. Burned out, Hilltop, Alexandria Kingdom, etc. would be great, yeah. That would be a lot though, and as of now, placed objects might add lag to the server. Because there is new pathfinding that didn't need to be there, I believe. It can lag the server. Even Woodbury, hell yeah. I don't know, I'd like something like that, a hilltop, that would be cool. That's something I wanted to make myself. Like, take the field out here, or, well, further away from the town. Build all the walls with towers, or at least 90% of them with towers. So we have platforms to walk on, and stuff like that. Of course it would take time, it would take almost forever. But it'd be doable. Fallen post-apocalyptic settlement would be great. When the timeline moves along. Yeah, it's a year in, so there wouldn't be much. But once, like, if we do another story reset or something like that, or, you know, time progresses, because technically if we count it from, we don't really count it from them, but we count it from, if we count it from Prophecy's starting date, it's 3 years, and the world has progressed, the stories has progressed since then. But since we had the lore reset, it's technically 1 year since, or 1 year and a couple of months since. Might even be, yeah, 1 year and... yeah, 1 year and 3 months since the the lore he set. Or since the apocalypse. Hopefully at some point we'll be able to get to 5. There's a grace period of years where it's good for every character. 5 years, I'd say.